Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and welcome to Honkai Star Rail. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for some time. Here we have in the background the Astral Express train, which is the train that the players use in the main story to travel from planet to planet. And I want to do a quick overview. Well, maybe it won't be so quick, but I want to do an overview of the game and sort of what you can expect from playing this game. And it's honestly mind-blowing. Full disclosure, because people are probably wondering, this is not a sponsored video. I am legit. You might have seen in my Discord that I'm legitimately considering plugging this game for, as a third game potentially, or on this main channel, because I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really loving it, and I want to share this with you guys. But first off, we kind of have to go over exactly what to expect from this game. So, Honkai Star Rail is made from the creators of Genshin Impact. That's Hoyoverse. Now, this game here is a different style than Genshin. Genshin was more of an action RPG, I guess, with more button clicking and things like this. Honkai, on the other hand, though, is a JRPG, a turn-based JRPG. For those of you who love Final Fantasy and other games of that nature, you're going to absolutely love Honkai. Now, this does have different servers, but the majority of us are probably going to be playing on the America server, but if you're in Europe, you can also choose that. Now, the only real difference from what I'm aware, and please correct me in the comments who might know a little bit more, I've only been playing this for about 2 weeks, is that I think in terms of server downtime, I think, and also when the patches, for example, when they launch, is more specific to your time zone, I believe. But otherwise, there's no real major difference. It might separate, down the line in the future if there is PvP content. There isn't currently PvP content. It's an entirely PvE game. Now, this might turn some people off, but I can tell you right now, there's tons and tons of content to do. And actually, it makes it feel more stress-free because you're not constantly competing against other players, so you're not worried like you are in Marvel Strike Force about whether or not you're going to get behind other players. You can play this as leisurely as you want. You can play this as much as you want, and that doesn't really impact yourself because you're just not really playing against other people at this time, so that doesn't really make a difference. But I want to kind of go in and start with some gameplay for this and kind of let you guys know what's going on. So let's start that train up and get things started. So once you choose the server, obviously, then you load up the game. This is the PC client, by the way. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. They have a PC client. This is a mobile game as well, but it does have a PC client, so if you're playing this on the computer, then you can download it there. And honestly, the graphics are just really stunning. So let's dive in. We get in, and this shouldn't take very long to load because I am using my computer, which is, pretty good here. And the music, like everything about this game, graphics, music, I'm just having an amazing time with this. I know it's really going to sound like I'm doing a pitch video or something like that, but I assure you I'm not. Like, I am genuinely having a great time, but I want to kind of go over, the gameplay. So I want to kind of just jump in to some early gameplay for you guys to get an understanding of what the battle is like. So yes, I bought their season pass thing. They have two, but they're actually quite cheap. One's like $8 Canadian, like $5 US. It's not that bad. So this is the Hertus space station. This is like one of your first little worlds that you get to. There are currently 3 worlds that exist. It is some open gameplay in terms of you're running around and stuff like that. Consider it to be like a single player MMO, I guess you could say right now. It is an open world RPG, so if you're used to these sorts of JRPG games, then it shouldn't be that much of a surprise to you. And, it's just honestly a lot of fun. That's my main character, by the way, over here. So I just wanted to kind of just show you a little bit of just me kind of walking around the environment, and the gameplay and the graphics is just absolutely stunning. And this is just one world, right? And so I can just open up my map to share with you guys. And I don't want to spoil too much, because if you are going to play the game, I don't want to spoil locations too much. But anyways, there's 3 planets, 3 areas 3 major regions that you can go to right now in the game. Also, patch 1.1 is coming out on Wednesday, so there's going to be more additions to the main storyline. And that's pretty much what the patch cycle is currently, is that it unlocks a lot of main story for you to play through. And I do want to go to a specific area to show you, just to show you the graphics on this. We'll just go inside the main town just now, and so I can show you this one. So this is on the planet of Belobog, sorry, that you'll encounter pretty shortly after the main tutorial. It doesn't take too long to get here, maybe a couple of hours at most. And that's the thing, like when you start up this game, you can actually play a significant chunk without having to let it go. Like, there is daily activity, and I'll show you this as well, but there's just a lot of main story that you can play, and this isn't super relevant to your account progress in terms of your account level and things like that. So you can do a lot of this already, and just the graphics are just absolutely stunning. Like, this is a game that is super polished from launch, and that's more than I can say than a lot of games that really aren't. And it's just, I just love just even looking at the game. You know, I don't, it's mind-blowing, really, I gotta say. And so from here, I kind of just want to run around a little bit, show you guys the open environment, and you know, there are different regions and zones in each of the sort of the planets that you go to and stuff like that, and that's largely for the main storyline. There's a very extensive main storyline, and the major content and why, you know, where the grind exists, because some people are probably wondering, you know, what makes this a gacha game? What makes this a mobile game? Is because there is elements of grinding. In order to progress your characters and get your characters stronger, there is a degree of grinding. There is energy in this game. It's called Trailblazer Energy. And so I haven't done any of my dailies for today, but you can see up here, there is 180 Trailblazer Energy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you get 10 every hour, and so 18 hours for a full you know, refresh basically of your Trailblazer Energy, or Trailblaze Power is what they call it. And you're going to use this to do a variety of daily challenges, things that you can do daily to get more materials and stuff to upgrade your character. So a lot of this probably sounds like gobbledygook to you, and you know, this will be something that I'll be expanding more into future videos. But I just wanted to give people a layout in terms of what makes this a mobile game, because I asked myself that same question when I wasn't really sure where that sort of, you know, the energy-based system comes from, or the mobile game system comes from. It's really about that energy for the most part. It's just how that sort of bottlenecks some of your progress, because that's the daily sort of aspect of it, to keep coming back and spending that energy. So there's a large variety of game modes on launch already that you can use that energy on to get a variety of different materials, whether that's gear, whether that's what they call ascension material. You'll learn more about that more later. Equipment pieces and XP, things like this that you would use credits, which is like gold basically, to upgrade your character. So lots of different things that you can use with your Trailblaze Power. I just wanted to kind of outline this early on. Alright, and here I brought you guys to the Stagnant Shadow Challenge, and the reason why is I want to showcase some of the gameplay for you. And so this uses some of that energy that I was talking about. It takes 30 of it, so it's about like 3 hours worth of this kind of energy to get what's called Ascension material, to kind of upgrade my characters past that next threshold in terms of level and things like that. So this game operates a 4-person party system. Okay, I have a handful of characters already. I think I have like 9 or 10 of them, but, you know, I have a couple of main characters that I've been using, including, we're going to get rid of Sushang and add in Serval. And characters have elements. So you might see down here at the bottom, I'm level 50 right now for my characters, but I have fire, ice, wind, and thunder, and they have different classes as well. So these classes down here, preservation, this is more of like a tanky sort of thing, tanky support thing. She puts up shields. The hunt, which is a different type of DPS, and erudition, which I think largely is like kind of AoE based characters. So we're gonna go with this lineup, and I kind of want to go and show you. And boom. So you get to attack characters on the world map, and that gives you kind of like a little preemptive strike. And so I want to share with you just kind of the gameplay, and I want to put this on 1x just for a moment, just to show you the kind of the graphics on this. The sound effects, the voice acting, all of this is just really amazing in this game. The graphics, animations, everything is just super polished. Like, I know it sounds like a shill. It really isn't, because if you play this game, you're going to be just as involved in this as I am, I think, especially if you love the JRPG genre. I've been really addicted to this game. So, you know, it's just really, really great. And so I don't know if the background music is too loud or not, and so my apologies if it's actually kind of loud. But yeah, the great sounds. Here's an ultimate attack. All characters have ultimate attacks, which you can see down below filled up in this circle here. And so this is Serval's ultimate coming up. And all of them have a little cutscene. Now, you don't have to, but sometimes I like the cutscene. Of course, you can speed things up, so if you don't really like playing it at this kind of speed, there is a fast forward button up in the top right that you can actually speed things up a little bit. You know? So it's like double speed. So you're probably going to use this if you're, you know, farming stuff. So that's not really much of a surprise. You know, a lot of these games have that. I like slowing it down for the cutscenes, though, at least, and I want to show you that part. Let's go for the main character, the main guy in the beginning. Don Hang. I was screw up his name a little bit. They say all the characters' names in the actual voice dialogue. Almost everything in this game is voice dialogue scripted, so that's really impressive as well. And it's just such a great time. This is my main character. I've made him a tank. He has like the fire element that he picks up later on. And if you've played kind of RPGs before, you know, in terms of characters that you're going to want to use, this isn't the point of the video, but you know, you're going to want to have a tank, you're going to want to have a support character, you know, you're going to want to have some DPS characters. You know, so that's just how things are in these kinds of games. So this one's no different. There's March the 7th. Yes, she's named after a month. You'll find out why if you actually play the game. It's in the story. So every character has their own unique cutscene ultimate, and I really wanted to get to the main characters because I honestly think it's really cool. There we go. This one, super really cool. Oh no, there was a slight bug in the sound. But okay, you can look at the animation. Maybe because I kept swapping the speeds. It's just, yeah, something happened with the sound on the ultimate. But yeah, nonetheless, super cool animations. Wow. And so there we are, the challenge is done. So it's turn-based action, turn-based RPG, and you could see that there was a, what do they call it? The turn bars, I guess, on who goes next, on the top right section, top left section, sorry. And so there we are, we got some rewards. The Trailblaze XP, this is like account XP, and you'll probably find that if you start playing the game. Some credits, and this is the Ascension material that I was looking for to upgrade March, who's an ice-based character, so I kind of need this for specific element characters. And I just wanted to go over a little bit of what to expect in terms of the gameplay. Now, beyond that, though, let's just move to a little safe spot over here. And I want to go into the game itself. Now, you have this little cell phone that kind of opens up all of the different stuff. Now, when you're first starting to play the game, you won't have everything unlocked all at once. But as you play a little bit further, you will start to get these things unlocked until you have it all done. But what I want to bring up is the, I believe it's the data bank. And this is where it shows all of the stuff in the game, but specifically it shows all of the characters in the game. And so right now, you know, there's 22 characters in the game that you can pull, and that's where we'll talk about the gacha element there. But these are the 22 characters that are in the game currently. There's going to be 3 more added in the 1.1 patch, which is going to be coming out on Wednesday. It should be Wednesday for most people, depending on what region you're in. And they're separated, like I said, by the classes on the left-hand side: Destruction, Hunt, Erudition, Harmony, Nility, Preservation, and Abundance. And these are just different class roles, essentially separated by also the different elements that they have. So these are the characters that I have unlocked. And also if they're a 4-star or 5-star character. That's really it. It's just 4-star or 5-star. The gold ones you can see here are 5-star. I only have 1 character. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the 4-stars are bad. Actually, a lot of the 4-stars are very, very good. So it really just comes down to rarity. That's really it when it comes to your pulling. But there's so many different characters. Just to show you as an example, I'll just flip. I wish I could just, instead of having to go back, just flip through some of them. But yeah, there's a lot of characters in this game. They're all introduced in the main story as well. So if you're wondering, you know, oh, I haven't seen this character yet, it's because you haven't got there yet in the main story. And all of them are there. Because I definitely had some characters like Serval very early on, and I had no idea who she was at the time until I got to the second planet. So don't be too concerned there. Japard. I wish I had him. Very awesome tank. Maybe one day I'll pull him. We'll be doing some pull videos on the channel as well, because that's the main part of this game in terms of the mobile game aspect. And we're going to take a look at that. So they call it warps, and you can find it with this little button. It's like a flower button up on the top right side of your screen once you unlock it. And they have banner pulls. Now, you may be familiar with this if you play gacha games before, but essentially you get these tickets and you pull, typically in lumps of 10, and over time, depending on how many you pull, you get penny pulls. And so what that means is that if you pull enough tickets on a banner and you don't get the character that's featured, that you will be able to get that. There's a lot of games that have this mechanic, and so there is basically what we, and Stellar Warps is what I would consider to be the premium orb of Marvel Strike Force. That, you know, there are good characters in here, but, you know, it's more generic. It's not the featured banner. So the featured banner, this is going to end pretty soon, as you can tell. It could already be ended by the time you watch this video, of Jingyuan. Terrible with Chinese names, I apologize. There are a handful of Chinese name characters which I'm trying not to butcher, but yeah, this is the character right now, and there's going to be an upcoming 3 new characters coming in patch 1.1, including Silver Wolf, who's going to be the first featured banner character of patch 1.1, which I am looking forward to pulling. I only have 27 special special Star Rail passes, which is used for the banner. However, I do have 13,500 premium currency, which you get a lot of just from playing the game. Believe it or not, this is a super free-to-play friendly game, in my opinion, because you do get a lot of this premium currency just from, frankly, playing the game. Way more than power cores in Marvel Strike Force. You don't need to keep up with the stupid arena content in order to get these stellar jades. It's just, it's that good. You know, there's a reason why this is the #1 mobile game in the world right now, because it's truly amazing. And not to mention, it's available on other platforms. There's a PC client like I'm playing on right now. So no BlueStacks and no LD player required. You can just go to their website and download the PC client right away. So that's it, everybody. That's the first kind of starting to Honkai Star Rail. Let me know in the comments down below if you're playing Honkai. Also, on my Discord channel, which you can find in the description down below as well, that I am having channels for Honkai, so we can talk about it there. You could show your pulls, take pictures of your pulls, all that kind of stuff in there as well. So do join the community, and let's get started and trailblaze together. So that's going to be the end of this video, everyone. Until next time, next Honkai or Marvel Strike Force, stay tuned. Oh no. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.